Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to a watching high rating spectator, game. Today we're focusing on Qiyana, so the new champion that has a terrible win rate. A lot of people are confused of what does she actually do, how do you do anything on her. And what I did was I went on a website that you can find like the higher rating people in the game, and I was like, all right, let's find someone who's decent at Qiyana. So of like, actual rank, this person is technically not number one Qiyana, but what made me want to go on this person's in master rating, the other people were in like Diamond 2, Diamond 3, so this guy has had a harder time playing Qiyana because they're against better players. So this guy might be the 4th or something best Qiyana on EU West right now. But again, they've had to play and pick up Qiyana in Master versus Mid-Diamond, so quite a big difference. I think, by the way, in this game, I've actually played versus quite a lot of the people in this game. I recognize the names. Some of you might recognize them from my episodes. And again, when you're, we're literally watching a game in technically my high rating watch series in the rating that I'm in, or the MMR that I'm in, so... Yay. But anyway, Qiyana. So you'll notice the first thing is that it's Qiyana top, not Qiyana mid. This is something that I also think is where Qiyana's going to end up. I do not think she's strong enough to pull off mid lane assassin. I think the likes of Zed, who's in mid lane right now, or Talon, is simply a better version of her. So they're more likely just to be mid. Like if you're that type of player, like I want to play an AD assassin mid, you probably just wouldn't play Qiyana. So I do think she's in top lane because she's got quite good dueling pressure. So the first thing, she goes for a nice Q, gets all of it. And you can see here, look at the chunk difference. And also, that is a Kleptomancy Riven, not even a full damage Riven. And yeah, Riven just smashed the damage chart so far. So again, I don't know if that Riven's done a mistake. I do know some Rivens do Klepto, but... In this type of matchup, when you're against a squishy, supposed to be assassin Qiyana, if I was this Riven, I would definitely be going all in, not for Klepto. Right, so you also notice a Corrupting Potion start, and if we just break down her runes, she is running Electrocute, and you'll be able to see when I hover over Electrocute, meanwhile Engage is happening. Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection with Relentless Hunter, which is the movement speed, and then Inspiration Second, Magical Footwear, Biscuit Delivery, and then she's going Attack Damage, which Adaptive Damage, and Armor. So there you go. So there is some trading going on. Riven hits level 3 advantage. Qiyana getting quite low. Got to be a bit careful. No jungle pressure right now. Gets a nice little bit of damage right at the end. Remember, her main damage dealing, I think, ability is, I believe, the wall Q is her execute. If someone's below 50% health, she'll be doing more damage to that person. So we can just guarantee, like, there you go. Yeah. All right, so potential all-in happening. She gets her stealth just from the leaf. So again, this is really interesting. So instead of going for the wall element, this Qiyana is focusing the bush element or the brush element because that gives you the stealth. So basically, it's denying Riven trade back. So she does damage, and then she's stealthed, and then Riven can't do anything. So a bit sloppy play by this Riven, trying to base, but, staying around a bit too much. You can see the game in total for Red Team is going quite well. And I will say, obviously, a bit of a spoiler. This isn't going to be a replay, hopefully, that Qiyana does nothing. It's like, oh, nothing happened. I specifically looked for one that the Qiyana is dealing the most damage in the game. So just keep that in mind, that this Qiyana, from right now, her team's getting fed, she eventually goes on, good damage, she eventually goes on to do the most damage in the game as a whole. So how does she do that from this point? No idea, if I'm honest. And that's what we're going to try and find out. So again, her trades haven't been too bad. Meanwhile, Kindred's getting a couple kills. But yeah, her trades haven't been bad at all. But you'll notice that she's pretty much always, every time, going for the bush element. Every single time. Because it just denies Riven the trade back, like, every time. So that's something already that I've noticed, and already you guys can kind of go, oh, okay, so that's how you trade with this champ. Because, again, I've played her a couple times, and it's like I don't win trades. Meanwhile, potential all-in happening. Boom! She gets a solo kill on Riven. Gets both flashes out, but that was really nice. And, again, the thing with Qiyana that I would always say would be potentially annoying is if she gets ahead, it's going to be so hard to get rid of this champion off you because her W gives her a little dash. Her E is a literal jump to you. It's going to be hard to get off, get her off you. So if she does snowball, I reckon she's going to snowball quite well the thing is most of the time she doesn't do great. Again, her win rate, you can't always go off win rates, but her win rate is one of the lowest there's ever been of a new champion. I think it's like 43% in Platinum and above. That's very low. Again, win rates aren't the thing that balances the game, but they are a small indication of, like, if something's busted, it'll have like a 60% win rate. It's like, okay, that thing just broke. If something's really weak, it'll have a very bad win rate. But again, you've got to be careful with it, because again, there have been champions that have been busted with terrible win rates. Azir, Jace, all these champions have had terrible win rates, 46%, 44%, and they still get nerfed. So that's why you can't always take win rates purely seriously. Alright, so Riven's missing. Again, I don't know, this could be because of the Kleptomancy. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did this Riven do Kleptomancy on purpose? You know, I really don't know. But she's now missing for a while. Not really sure why. You can see on the minimap in the bottom right that Kindred mark is in the top river. So that is likely going to be something that is focused. But there's Riven returning to the lane. So there is now a pretty big farm difference. She gets the ice element there, or the river element, which is the root. So if you want to do, if you're getting ahead and you want to keep someone still to auto-attack them, then the ice element is quite good. But yeah, so already going for the bush elements is really good. So there you go. Wow. So ice element to root with an auto attack, with then going into leaf element or bush element, and then getting the stealth, so there's no trade back at all. Okay, really interesting. So I'm honestly learning quite a lot already about this champion. Now, what I want to see, what is the next move, is how does she integrate her ultimate with the rest of her kit. So potential dive coming in. This is questionable, but if she ults, misses the ult, which is pretty big. Riven may be getting a double kill if they don't play it smart. They're going to re-engage after the tower aggro is dropped, and they do kill the Riven. If you're wondering how did Qiyana get tower aggro there, Corrupting Potion. The Corrupting Potion obviously giving a dot onto the Riven, and that would have led her to getting tower aggro. But yeah, I believe the ultimate missed, so that would have been even better if the ultimate hit, but I don't think it did. Also, will say if you hear any, you shouldn't hear any construction because my microphone's quite good in just listening to my voice, but if you do hear any, again, our neighbors have had ongoing construction on their house for 3 months. Great neighbors. Literally, they bought the new house, they moved in and changed everything, and it's a nice house, so it's like, what? Weird, but whatever. So you can also see Kindred has now marked the Qiyana, which could mean a couple things. One, generally, you know, are you going to put your mark on the person you go for? Yes, but what is more likely, I was literally about to say, when a Kindred's mark was here, so putting the mark on the Qiyana makes sense because you're already in that general area. It make Qiyana maybe a bit nervous or whatever, but Kane didn't kind of read that very well, and voila. And now for some reason, if you notice here, Lulu, I don't know if they've raged out or whatever, but they were here, and yeah, Jinx is dead in a 2v1, so maybe the Jinx was playing a little bit too far up. She's still got a flash up maybe, but yeah, I don't know why there's a Lulu not in bot lane at all. Alright, so Leaf Element again, so bit of damage, no trade back for the Riven. She eased through, Kindred in the area again. She did get marked. She will maybe go down, has the stealth. Lulu again in top lane, and does get killed because again, there's just 3 people top lane for some reason. Again, Lulu is still top when her bot lane's getting pooped on. So, weird. Obviously, also Malphite mid, by the way. Remember, this is like a master quality game, and something like, why is there a Malphite mid? Malphite mid generally is poop, the higher rating you go, but this guy, I would... If I had to guess, and again, my guess actually would be wrong because I just saw his name. I would have actually guessed he wasn't a mid laner. That would actually be my guess, but because like autofill to mid, you're playing against a Zed. Malphite's good versus Zed, I guess. But yeah, you can see the Zed's having a really hard time. And again, by his name, I don't feel that sorry for him, if I'm honest. But yeah, right, so continuing in top lane, Riven's gone. Lulu is now back in bot lane, which you can see by the mini-map. And things continue. Now, Riven didn't get that kill, which is good, because if she got that kill, again, Riven's Riven, right? She can always make a comeback. I've had terrible Rivens on my teams or on the enemy teams, and then late game, they just get one big combo, kill 4 people, and they're like, oh, okay, you're carrying the game now, apparently. It does happen. Riven is just that type of champion. For some reason, I think we're hearing bot lane noises, by the way, because I think we just heard Nico ultimate, and now she gets a kill. So this Kindred, by the way, is actually wrecking the Kane, that the Kindred is just playing aggression, you know, aggro aggression in the enemy jungle. And again, really keep in mind, by the way, this game is not looking good for red team. Keep in mind that I do these episodes, and I know some people are like, oh, it's spoiler, but again, that's the point of the episode. that damage was good. But the point of the episode is watching somebody do really well on the champion. So again, keep in mind that this Qiyana gets fed and she does the most damage in the game from this. Her team is not doing great. Like the Nico and the Lux are doing all right, but their mid lane is half farm, basically. The Kayn keeps getting killed to the jungle in a 1v1. So how does she translate this into wham bam thank you ma'am? No idea. And I will say, I looked at the match history while they get rooted, and there's the combo. So it's ice to root into wall to execute damage. And then when you're actually looking for high level trades, when the Riven's at high health, ults them back, roots them into the river. That was nice. But so when they're both at high health, this person is focusing the bush element. When she's got the advantage, she's taking the river element to root and then combining that with the wall element. Stops the Riven in a track. So you can see this Riven might be getting a little bit frustrated. Really nice smooth play. But yeah, the Riven might be getting slightly frustrated. Just flashes on the Qiyana and just, you know, flash for flash. You know, no kills or anything. So you can kind of get that a little bit. Again, bad play happening around here. Qiyana is going for a teleport as well as someone here. Qiyana is going for an all-in right now, which is a bit questionable. She will probably just go down. Yeah, that was really weird. So now is 1 and 2. Pretty sure I didn't click the wrong replay, by the way. But like I was saying before that all happened, I looked at this person's match history, which some people might be like, you know, what's their match history like? Pretty much, and what it shouldn't be surprising, they either get really fed or they feed like crazy. Like there's some performances that are like 12 and 0, 18 and 1, and then other performances like 1 and 13, 1 and 5, 2 and 6. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of this champion at the moment, is that people, one, are still working her out, but I think that's the champion, to be honest, what she's always going to be. She's going to be one of those high-risk, high-reward champions, and half the time you'll feed, half the time you'll get fed. But if you can get fed 55% of the time, then you'll climb. It's kind of like, people know Voyboy. That's Voyboy's playstyle. Voyboy is very all-in. He does kind of funny things. He gets fed or he feeds like crazy. He's always been like that. That's the type of player he is. Meanwhile, Zed goes down again. Malphite potentially going down. Nico picks up the kill. A little bit of chaos there, but that's fine. A lot of control wards in the same bush here. That's really weird to see. And Qiyana picks up both of them. So again, the Malphite build you can clearly see is not AP Malphite, or at least not yet. Again, I would have been very surprised if he went full AP Malphite in Master Rating. You can see he's just playing tank Malphite mid just to deny the Zed. One of Zed's benefits and strengths is that he gets really strong in lane and can beat his opponent in lane. And this Malphite is just denying that. Really nice steal by Qiyana there. So she had no interest of actually killing the Kindred. That was a pure, I'm stealing your red and see you later. That was nice. Again, denying a red buff from a jungler gives you XP, gives you red buff. That's an all-round good situation. Now, if you look at the comp, and again, how would I think that this comp and this game would turn around potentially? Again, they've got elements of good team fight, but they've also got elements of getting owned in team fights. Meanwhile, Kindred is getting that off. She does use her ult. Nearly going down. She could die if the red team actually worked together any second. Because again, if she wall element Qs and hits the Kindred, that Kindred will probably die. Because she's less than 50% health, etc. Riven going aggressive. Again, like I said earlier, I do have a hint, or you can feel a little bit of a hint that this Riven's being a bit annoyed with this matchup. So any time that this Riven sees an all-in potential in the Qiyana, she's going to probably go for it. Meanwhile, now Riven is diving. That's a very questionable dive happening, and then she will get killed by the tower. Don't know why she did that. Zed ulting, gets killed straight away, but that might be enough. Nico not close enough to get her ultimate off, and things are looking a little bit messy. And again, when you're watching this replay, and the funny thing is, again, this is a master replay on EUS, and I'm watching this going, God, this isn't very good play. And again, yeah, it's not, and I've been in this rating very recently, and it's not great rating. Like, I know it's Master and it's supposed to be the peak, or one of the peaks of League of Legends. You know, you're in the top 2. If you're Master, because I, was Master a week ago, you're in the top 2,000 players on EUS out of the millions that play, like 30 million or something that's on EUS. So you're a very good player, but you're still humans, right? You still play kind of meh. And that's something that, a lot of newer players or low-rated players really have to come to terms with, and it's a confusing thing. Because the difference is, again, I've said it before, is when it's Master versus Master people, the game doesn't look that impressive. Where the difference is, and you'll never get that difference, is if you threw a platinum player in this game, then you'd see the difference. It's the little things that are kind of hard to notice. It's the little decisions. Why are they doing things? The builds that they're doing, the lack of mistakes that goes on in general. And then when a mistake happens, they pounce on the mistake. That's the kind of thing that makes high rating, but it's sometimes hard to kind of show when it's high rating versus high rating because they kind of cancel each other out. So yeah. Right, so Qiyana looking for a big... Oh my god! Okay, let's actually... What we're going to do, folks, is we're actually going to go back in time because, again, this video is how do you play Qiyana. That's the point of this video. We're going to wait until this whole situation goes, and then we're going to rewind, and we're going to watch that slowly and see what the exact combo was. Okay. Let's watch that back. Alright, we're going to watch this back, and we're going to watch it in slow motion. Because I think it's worth it. Because it will help us kind of be like, how did that happen? Alright, so, slowing it down really. So, down here is her spells. She opens with ultimate and E. Directly at the same time. Then W's, auto attacks, Q's. And that's just one shot the Kindred. Who didn't have ultimate, by the way. But Lulu has ultimate. And yeah, so that's the combo. It legit is ultimate and E at the exact same time. We'll watch it again, just for the sake of it. Should be any second. All right, here we go. I'm going to really slow it down. This is the slow. Okay, wait. Oh, ultimate and E at the same time. Then W onto the wall and Q, and that just one-shots the Kindred. Then she's got all spells are on cooldown, so now it'll just be auto-attacking the Lulu. And wait for it. So auto attacks, and I don't think she gets the kill because Qiyana, even though she's technically an auto attack champion, she's very reliant on spells. Meanwhile, Zed is getting ulted under the tower. But there you go. That is the combo. So again, ult and E at the exact same time, lands both of the damage at the same time. The one thing that I didn't check out, did she have an element on before she did the ult play? I presume she did. I'm not going to go back again, but I presume she already had an element while she ulted, which then would have given the auto attack damage and all that good stuff. So, yeah, okay. So that's the potential of Qiyana. Again, that was with a Duskblade Drakthar Qiyana. And yeah, I know it's Kindred who's a squishy champion, but that is a fed Kindred who would have been higher, higher XP than a normal Kindred would be, higher health bar. And she just one-banged her. Like, holy. Alright, so she is now potentially overstaying, has to flash. Is going to make her way out, I presume. Can jump over that wall with the W, and yeah, she will live. But yeah, that was pretty crazy damage. There was not, I don't think, much they could have done about that. Gets a nice root. If Riven potentially overstays at that health, by the way, I think she might die. They might be collapsing on her, which they are. Will she be able to? She stealths. She is going to probably go down. Oh, she goes for an all-in. Doesn't get anything yet. If she gets the bush and gets the Q with the stealth, but she got stunned, couldn't pull it off. Like, again, she nearly killed 2 people. So, okay, we're starting to see where the damage is coming from, to be honest. Kindred walks straight into a Nico. She flashes. You saw the flash animation. But she does get caught. Really weird stopwatch. Don't know what that was about. Kindred nearly dead. Not dead yet, though, because no one's doing any damage. Double ultimate. Oh, Riven gets that. Kane's now in the back line. They get a nice Q. The Lux is hitting some nice stuff. And there's a Kindred, I think, in there that no one is going for. Meanwhile, Zed is dead again. This is a 1-6 Zed. Yeesh. Again, the risk of playing AD assassins, man. They either get really fed or they generally feed. Right, so Kane is just going straight for that kill, which will give it on to the Jinx, and boom, double kill. Nice. Right, so build again. Even though it's top lane Qiyana, by the way, it does seem that you still do an assassin type playstyle. So she did go Drakthar first for the burst. She will most likely be going for Yumu's. Don't think you can take on that Malphite. Again, like we've said, it's pure tank Malphite. It's just kind of nuts, Malphite. He does a lot of damage, surprisingly, even as pure tank, and that's why you just don't really need to go AP on him. Because the idea of AP Malphite, maybe it's good in bronze and stuff like that, because you'll be able to hit your ultimate. These good, higher rating players can dodge the ultimate, and then after that, what the hell do you do as AP Malphite? But if you're tank Malphite, your damage is actually surprising across the board, even without your ultimate. Because you can just stand in the middle of people with a Sunfire or whatever, eventually. So yeah. Right, teleport play coming. This is very important because Infernal Dragon is very contested right now. Let's see what happens. Malphite, I believe, does have ultimate. Dragon is about 1/3 health. He's going to get poked down. If he has to ult away defensively, that's really good for red team. You can see he is really holding his ultimate right now. Ultimate comes through. Really nice smite by the Kane. And red team, honestly, could just back out if they wanted to. They don't have to continue the fight, but they will, and Nico picks up the kill. You can see Qiyana right now was kind of zoning the enemy team while the Riven was getting caught. They could continue this right now. Moby boots on 2 people on red team, so it's very fast. They can maybe pick a couple people here. She's going to go into the bush with the stealth, gets 1 kill on the Kindred. She doesn't ultimate, maybe she didn't have it up. And they will continue. The Jinx is caught out, and she has nowhere to go. And nice zoning E, and they will just go all in, and wham, bam. So there we go. That was a really nice turn. So how is this game turning around? I hear people asking. No, I don't, but anyway. Mistakes, basically. So, yes, the Kindred got fed and the Kayn struggled, but the Kayn still got, like, some kills in the early game. This Zed is practically worthless, but they don't need him in this game. But it's the bot lane, you know, the bot lane 2 and 7 Jinx, so their actual carry, because remember, it's mid lane Malphite tank, you know, he's not a carry. It's Riven who can get CC'd and locked down like you just saw. Kindred, if she goes all in and not able to do anything, they can just get caught, you know, and that's what's happening. So Malphite does get a return kill on the thingy. Qiyana does go down, but they will probably pick up a couple more people. Not sure that they're going to be able to kill this Malphite because he's very tanky, so they probably should just make their way out while they can. Oh, Nico comes, but again, they should probably just run because that is a fairly strong Kindred, and they probably don't want to fight that. So again, overall pretty good. But this also is a great example of, like, you know, Zed. Not great when he gets behind and if he gets countered, and that's why you'll generally never blind pick a Zed. Alright, so Kindred in the area, throws her ultimate down. Nico should get in the middle of that because there's no way the enemy team can kind of leave. Stopwatch by the Kindred. Malphite getting another kill again. Ooh, Jinx rocket. So this is the annoying thing, is that Kindred, yeah, she's okay at carrying, but there's positives and negatives to Kindred in carrying. Because a lot of the time you're focusing on survival. Nice play by her. Wall element misses her ultimate though, which actually kills the Nico. Zed might get himself a kill, or Qiyana will die. Double kill for the Riven, and Zed picks it up in the end. So again, even though she's strong, this Qiyana, she's so squishy that even like a Riven, who, you know, is not bad in strength this game, but she just dies. Like every team fight, I would think this Qiyana's died. Because like, you're just so squish. If you look at the health bar of a Zed, the Zed has 1330 health. We'll have a look at the Qiyana, but it would be interesting to see how like similar or different their health bars are. So Zed's taking the red. You can see there are spam question mark pings right now because his own team, he's 2 and 7. He should not be taking that blue. Sorry, he shouldn't. He's not very strong in this game, but he did it anyway. So again, the Qiyana's got 1627 health, and that's why she just bought a ruby crystal, which would have helped. But yeah, not much health at all. In comparison, the Riven has got, if I can, oh, she's not in vision, I can't click her yet. Malphite's got 2756. Kindred has got 1300. So we'll see like what she can do. But again, team fight, oh, here's the Riven. So they don't get the one shot. They're struggling now, but they are getting Covenant and knockups. They kill the Zed again, which isn't surprising. Qiyana is backing away up there. Kayn in the middle, doing a lot of damage, but goes down. And this fight's not looking too great. They do pick up 1 kill. They probably should keep going. Qiyana's quite low, never mind. And they will just back away. So this game is pretty rough. If they get a fantastic Nico, by the way, that could make the difference of this game. You can see a little bit of greediness maybe by this Qiyana staying around. Let's see what she can do. What is she actually aiming for here? All right, so again, very low health bar. Enemy team, you can see, is going aggressive in the territory. So pops a Yumu's. Let's slow it down. Watch what's going to happen. So she finds the Kindred in the backline. There's also a Lulu. She goes in with a Q, then another Q, I think. Flashes, gets herself a triple kill by a nice flank. Again, very low health. Doesn't really matter. And it's just the Q damage. So the Q damage is very high. I think that's just a given. And, you know, if she doesn't get focused too much, then what can the enemy team do? Jinx makes a mistake by flashing too late, and boom, she just gets one shot again. That's a very weak Jinx as well. So this game is hilarious because it's kind of the tale of which weaker person could cost the team more. You've got the enemy Jinx who's feeding, and you've got the Zed on this team that's feeding. And then Kindred's trying to carry, and Qiyana's trying to carry. So you've got kind of two halves to it. So Baron is now being done. Again, there's technically not really a tank in this situation, but you do have Lux support that will offer shields. Riven going all in does kill the Qiyana again because she is quite squishy. That doesn't do enough damage, and they will probably pick up the Baron off, you know, after that, which is pretty good. But no Baron on the Qiyana, unfortunately. All right, nice. So next dragon, also worth noting, is Ocean. Ocean is a very underrated, underrated dragon. It's fantastic. The regen that it gives, and it's not Warmog quality, but it's very good. If you don't have any regen, you're not buying lifesteal, you're not buying regen, health regen as a whole, Warmog. Ocean can make the difference of having a fight, having to back away, and then going back in a few seconds later. So they do get it. Kane's going all in, which is a bit questionable. Woo! Really nice Kane dodge. And again, that's what I mean why Malphite isn't as great in high rating. Because people can play like that. They're smooth. They can dodge. They time things well. And that Malphite, literally, that whole champion just got countered by Kane just timing his ultimate well. That's literally what just happened. When a champion can get countered like that so easily, it's not great. Alright, so enemy bot lane getting a little bit caught. Qiyana pushes her, gets a lot of damage. Kane picks up the kill, though. And again, Malphite could be a problem in this game just by how tanky he is if he's in the middle and that he gets focused. For some reason, if red team decide to focus him instead. Stealth going for a bit of an engage, probably decides against continuing. Camera keeps bugging out for some reason. Zed versus Riven, that's probably not going to go well. Qiyana thinking about where to go, does get some nice damage. Zed does kill the Riven somehow. And yeah, so yeah, the thing that I've kind of noticed with Qiyana, even though she's kind of like an all-in assassin, she's also about poke more than pretty much every assassin in the game. So good damage by Kindred, will get herself killed by the ranged Q. So yeah, that's the kind of thing from watching this has made me notice is she's actually about poke a lot. It's about your ranged Q. Whoa, all in, completely one-shots the Jinx. I don't think the Jinx is fully paying attention. She reacted very slow, and I think Kindred might have just left conceding the match. Again, speaking as someone in this rating, generally, yeah, rage quitters are very common in this rating because people, are very emotionally attached to winning or losing. They can't deal with losing, and once the game is like, we're losing, they just leave. They just straight up leave the game. It's very annoying. Qiyana overstaying, does get herself killed again. So even though it's been a good performance, she has died 8 times. That is a high amount of deaths. But yeah, that's fine. So it'll be interesting to see if the Kindred comes back. It doesn't take away from the Qiyana or the rest of the commentary. But yeah, rage quits are in abundance in high rating in EUS. Honestly, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here, but high rating on EUS is an awful place to play League of Legends. Like, as for an actual video game where you're talking about how fun it is, it's not fun. It just isn't. The toxicity level, the rage quits, the one tricks that, either get banned out and then troll, one tricks in general, the amount of duo queue that happens, the funneling that still goes on, it's just, ugh. And that's why, like, sometimes it's just a bit draining, when you're in that kind of rating bracket. So build-wise, again, talking about it, it's a full assassin build. So again, even though she's top lane, she's doing the full assassin build, which includes all the lethality items. And they're not Black Cleaver. She is going straight for the armor penetration item. So not the healing reduction, armor pen. She is all about the enemy team, can build some armor if they want to, but it will not affect this Qiyana. So she pops her Edge of Night, she pops her Yumu, she's going to go all in. Let's see what she does. She jumps over the wall, I presume. Nope. She decides against it. So again, with that amount of lethality and everything, the armor shred that this Qiyana's got, by the way, the Malphite really won't be that tanky for her. Like, he just won't be. The only thing that would make the difference is the health bar of Malphite will be a bit too high maybe for Qiyana, because she doesn't do much health damage. She does just high damage to squishy people. Ultimate coming in, Lux gets caught. She doesn't go down yet. She Zhonya's it. This isn't probably looking too good for her. She gets caught by the Malphite ultimate. So again, still got to be careful for it. I think Lux did have some... Lux had flash there and she didn't flash it. Kindred's back, by the way, so that was either a rage quit and the game didn't end when she thought it would, or it was just a DC. Or, again, some people do an Alt F4 and they just do it out of rage and then reconnect. All in onto the Jinx, she just disappears. Ultimate comes through, she ultimates around that, gets 2 of them in the ultimate. Kindred flashes with her ultimate. Nico ultimate on top of the Kindred ultimate, and they're just absolutely shredding everything. Riven won't go down in the end. Nico is really looking for it. I think Kindred or Malphite survived up that way because, again, he is pretty tanky, and that will be the game. So this game was pretty good. I'm not... Does it even end right now? Again, from memory, this game should have gone on longer, but maybe it didn't. So there's a little bit of defense, not too much, though, and the game will go down. Okay, yeah, I might have been thinking of a different game. But still, I remember vividly, this Qiyana did the most damage in this game. By quite a bit, actually, which was surprising. But then when you go back into what I was saying earlier, this assassin and how you play the assassin. So just to kind of give a, you know, TLDR, when you're in top lane and you're at high health, you go bush element priority, because then they can't trade back with you. You just do damage and stealth, they can't trade back. When then they're below 50% health, you open with the river element to root them, then you W into the wall element to get a free W hit, which is the more damage when they're below 50% health. So that's how you do lane phase generally. And then the ultimate combo is generally ultimate and E at the same time, auto attack Q, W, or something like that, and then that person's just one shot. But then it's poke. You know, this champion is a melee, technically, assassin, but why this Qiyana ended up probably doing the most damage in the game is the poke that she was dealing. It's the constant WQs from the elements. That adds up. You know, 300 damage here, 300 damage there. You can do a quick 500 damage in 2 seconds every 10 seconds. Like, that's how this champion can deal a lot. So it's poking, and it's not all-inning until they're probably about a third health. So if you see a Qiyana try and do what a Zed can do, like a Zed can ult somebody at 100% health and kill them, Qiyana can't do that without ultimate, without a great situation. So in lane phase, it's about poking them and about kind of using the bush element with the stealth so they can't trade back with you. That's how you play Qiyana. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you are going to give it a go play Qiyana with like this new knowledge and let the comments know how did it go for you. That would be kind of interesting. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.